Hey Warriors! Today is still the start of the new league and I would like to share with you my thoughts on what's going on to be new with meta and what would you like to utilize in your builds to make them satisfying, interesting, more fresh, and etc. And there are several changes that I think are the crucial for this new update. The first one is controlled blaze support. It says that it deals more damage for each ignite inflicted recently and less damage for each ignite inflicted recently, and as the result we have around 280 percent more damage with ignite, and this opens us to my thought that I had maybe several leaks ago, how to make some kind of flicker strike ignite build with a skill that has the increased attack speed but has no downsides in reducing its damage. And the first thing that came into my mind is the ignite elementalist with some attack speed taking on the tree and using the story of the wall. If you remember, it was revoked some times ago, and now it's really based on dealing ignite damage, and if we are able to convert some damage to fire, and if we are elementalist we don't need that at all our damage can ignite. That's a really great combination. The next one is corrupting cry, and things become more interesting here because each war cry or attack exerted by this war cry inflicts corrupted blood, and each war cry inflicts 4 corrupted blood debuffs, so we don't even need a skill to do that because the base damage is really great. It's around 600, and if we level up it till maybe level 23 or higher, it would be even bigger, but 4 stacks, and we can lower our cooldown of our war cries even till 2 seconds, and the base duration of the corrupted blood is 2 seconds. We can invest in skill effect duration and additional cooldown use on war cries, and all that I think can lead us to some kind of 10-12 corrupted blood debuffs constantly on the enemy without even dealing hits, but also we can utilize some kind of skill that would also inflict corrupted blood. This is the overpowered thing, and it will be nerfed in the first days or weeks of the league. The second thing that is OP again, and I think it also will be nerfed, is that we can use trauma support on any skill, even on the skill with high attack speed. And the first thing that came to my mind is the trauma support on Cyclone, pushing the attack speed till the limit, because on channeling skills we do not have the cooldown on hits depending on the tick rate of the server, so we can have 30 attacks per second, 40, 50, 60, and it can be pushed with the Berserker, and it's really easy to push that till I think I've tested 60 attack per second, and the base damage would be great. It's one support gem sacrifice, but it's pure damage, and we can use just the high attack speed base for axe, mace, scepter, or stave, or whatever. Volatility support is more niche thing, and it gives us more maximum attack damage and less minimum attack damage. As far as I remember, the only thing that had this stat was the Ruslatus coil. It's the very old belt, but this thing I think is more connected with lightning skills, or maybe Yaon's Fury, which has just one elemental damage, one minimum, and really high maximum damage, and with luck there is the mechanic, it's called luck, and when we get our damage is lucky on the tree, it's for the lightning damage, or maybe on some gear we can get high damage rolls with it. It also, I think, would be great with energy blade, because it also has the great gap between the minimum and maximum damage. And also, of course, Replica Elberon's Warpath with its 1 to 80 chaos damage. That's insane. I think it's very overpowered too. Sacrifice support is not that insane as previous ones, because we just sacrifice our current life and we must invest in our life preservation. Yeah, we have the great amount of chaos damage added, and the only thing that comes to my mind is just strength slash life stacking with eternal youth for constant life recharge, maybe with the dissolution of flesh, and it's already said on the wiki, and you can see it here. And to dive even deeper into this skill, Spellblade is just the shift for the Battle Mage. It can be used together with Battle Mage, but I think it won't be that efficient as we already have 135 damage of equipped one-handed weapon. Nothing more to say here, but it's the game changer, which again can make you swap your build from the Inquisitor to other archetypes. And here everything becomes more interesting. Now, Strength of Blood, which was broken when it appeared, and there were immortal builds, and I've made that myself, my variant of that. But now it grants additional physical damage reduction, and this skill allows us now, with not that very much investment, maybe sacrificing 10 to 15 points on the tree, and getting almost kept additional physical damage reduction. We can take the Pantheon, some stats on gear and this skill, and we do not care about the physical damage reduction. The next thing is the Unseen Strike, which is from the Hidden Blade. It previously had 0.5 seconds cooldown while phasing, and it fired the Unseen Strike, and if we had multiple projectiles we fired them in the circle. But now it has no cooldown, and I can't even understand how it will work now, because it's a triggered skill, and if it has no cooldown, would it fire projectiles every 0.33 seconds, so every tick of the server? If it's true, it's the new Imba skill, and of course we'll use it in the builds in this league. The last one, the Guardian's Blessing, and is just the utilizing thing, I think more efficient on the Elementalist with the golems, and it provides us the additional aura, which can be used with the increased aura effect. Nothing special here, but just the additional buff for you. And that's all for today. Like, subscribe, leave your comments in the commentary section, tell me what's interesting for you in this league, and see you next time. Goodbye.